Believe it or not, about 3.5 years ago, my company that I was with for 23 years closed, the product of the recession. I was actually let go on my 23rd anniversary day. It was my last day there. So I spent about 2 years, 2.5 years floating in and out of jobs, sending out hundreds of resumes, if not thousands. And I landed a few jobs, but at my age bracket, nothing seemed to be sticking. So it got to a point that Celeste and I looked at each other and we said, let's invent a job. And it seems to be working. It started off very slow, but I've always dabbled with the thought of having a business since I was in college. This is the first one that actually started to move on a good trajectory of being profitable. So, and it was very low startup, and it's fun.
And I can tell you where we got the idea. Actually, I got the idea from two places. First, our son was a docent at the aquarium for several years. And one of the things the docents do there is they would have circles of what look like coloring book pictures of fish and sea lions and sharks and all kinds of marine animals. And for a fee, the little kids could color them in with crayons, and then they would turn it into a button, and the child can wear it home. So that kind of went into the back of my mind. And then, I guess about 1.5 years ago, we went to the Peace Fair at Brooklyn College. They had the kids with little circles of paper, making their own peace signs and their own, whatever slogans they wanted, and coloring them in, and they were turning them into buttons for the kids. So originally I thought that this would be something we could do maybe at birthday parties, but we weren't getting any nibbles on that. And then Bruce got this great idea to build a frame and put buttons on the frame, and then he could walk around and he could travel around. You didn't have to schlep a whole table. And since then, it's gotten a lot better. It's really taken off. His idea was the thing that really made it work.
And it's gotten to a point where we were building up from $25 to $30 a day originally. Right now, on most days, I can hit $100, which is, like I said, we're not going to get rich off of it, but it's a solid salary. Combined, thank goodness, with Celeste's salary, we're actually covering all bills without touching savings, which is a blessing.
First of all, I wanted very much to be as close to all American made as possible.
Right.
So the button machine and the parts and the paper, everything, all of that is made in America. And obviously it's manufactured here, it's manufactured in our apartment. And secondly, we come from a liberal, progressive standpoint. We're, activists. We worked on the Obama election and several others. And we basically stick with, when we make any statement that's a political or a position type statement, we stick with that. So we're different from other businesses because many people who sell buttons will sell an Obama button next to a Romney button, and they don't care. You want to buy it, you can buy it. We won't make the Romney buttons.
What interjection. That actually got me into a couple of screaming matches with some people, actually getting to the point of cursing me out. Because, how dare you? I'm a Republican. You're a bad businessman. I basically had to tell him, sue me.
If we get an order from a nonprofit, then we would offer a 10% discount to both 501c3 and 501c4. And if your audience doesn't know the difference, 501c3 is basically charitable. They don't get involved in politics. 501c4 nonprofits can get more involved in the political process.
what I found is I did a lot of experimentation over the year and a half. I've experimented in Greenwich Village, like where I met you. I've experimented around shopping areas in Queens, Brooklyn. I found that I need a very youngish, on the young side, progressive, liberal, educated audience. A hotspot that I just found today was right near Borough of Manhattan Community College, which is where our son graduated from. I decided, what can it hurt? It was a slow day. My other areas were drying up a little bit. Let me give it a try. I couldn't keep the board stocked well enough.
Well, I think that our message is that you can be in business and you can be making a profit without harming anybody, and you can be promoting your ideals at the same time, that they don't have to be incompatible.